Jim Hammett with PantherLayer.com. I know last year you had one of your best games against Pitt in this building, and I think in some of your interviews you kind of talked about just seeing the culture that this program has. What have you seen from it now that you're on the inside of it?
It's different being on the opposite side. Obviously the fans were rooting against me when I was here the first time, but just the energy of the building was crazy. The fans love you around the city. You go somewhere, oh, you're Cam Corhen, you're the new recruit. Like, it's different. Like, it's just a big city and I love it.
And Jeff Hathorn with KDK Radio. What has it been like getting to know the guys, and how have you kind of gone about starting that communication chain there?
We're all close-knit here because after workouts, we're all in there playing video games. The coaches come in. All the guys are real cool. I don't actually live at Bridge, which is pretty much where everybody lives, but I'm a couple buildings down, so I'm always hanging out with them, going over there playing games at their place, and it's been great.
Okay, I'm Stephen Thompson, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. What stands out to you about Jalen and Ish? You guys have kind of been here before. They were starters last year. What stands out about those two guys?
Their willingness to pass. Obviously, both of them can give you a bucket at any time. They can score with the best of them, but their willingness to pass, they're always getting off the ball, making an extra pass, and they're just good teammates.
Cam, Greg McAfee, DK Pittsburgh Sports. What do you hope and bring to the team this year? Have you kind of found a niche or anything like that for yourself yet?
I want to bring an inside presence that I feel like has been missing for a little while here. High energy plays, and just bring winning basketball.
You mentioned that he wants to work in a perimeter game.
Right.
Is he going to give you the green light to shoot threes?
For sure, yeah. We've been working on it. I've been with Coach Tio every morning. We shoot so many threes. My shoulder hurts as we speak. It's just a lot of it.
Hey Cam, George Michalowski, Pittsburgh Sports Now. Playing in a scrimmage last night, did you get to learn anything else about the team that you hadn't previously known just from practice?
We do scrimmage a lot in practice, but it was different going against other people. So I felt like it was just different. I wouldn't say I learned anything. It was just different going against other people other than your teammates and actually having everybody rooting with you instead of you going against people. So it's different.
What's it like to have to transfer and enter a new culture, new friends, new teammates? Were you anxious about that at all?
I was, but the transition's been smooth, super smooth. All the coaches helped me. I watch film with them. They help me with anything I need. Coach Gill comes to my apartment if I need help with anything. Like, it's been very smooth.
What's it like kind of playing with and kind of pushing each other with Guillermo? Like, how's the balance between your games?
Say it one more time?
With Guillermo, like, how's it like competing with him but also being on the floor with him at the same time?
It's crazy because he's taught me a lot of things. Like, coming in here, I didn't know how to hedge a ball screen. I didn't know how to do certain things. And he's helped me more than anybody, honestly. And it's good battling with him. I like learning from him. It's actually crazy going against him every day.
Going back to that scrimmage last night, what's it like being around all these older guys? These guys
Practice,
yeah. What was it like being around those guys who've kind of been in the program before and have been here before?
It's good talking to them, hearing them talk about the culture, especially the dudes who are here for the #1 team and the teams that made deep March Madness runs. Just giving us some insight on what we have to do to make it. I like talking to them.
What kind of things did they say to you?
Just saying you got to be a close-knit team, you got to play hard, listen to your coaches, all that type of stuff.
Cam, Damian, Campbell with Inside the Panthers. Is coming to Pitt like a new start for you in terms of your basketball career, or do you see it as more of like a continuation of what you've done prior?
I feel like this is a fresh start. I can show things I haven't been able to show before, expand on things I have been able to show. I feel like I would look like a whole new player this year.
Yeah, I know, like, you're new and so everyone's kind of new to you, but what have you been seeing from the freshmen like Biba and Ansel and all those guys?
They can play. So he can do everything, man. He's like a Swiss Army knife. He can shoot it, he can score, he's a great passer. Biba, elite scorer. And even Amdi surprised me. I wasn't sure who he was coming in here, but elite athlete. I feel like he'd give some great minutes this year. I'm excited for the freshman too.
Cam, Shelby Cassesi with Channel 11. Aside from your game and what you're working on specifically, what did Jeff Capel talk to you about that brought you here culturally? What did he talk to you about where the program's at and how you can help get them to the next level?
He's saying these last 2 years, they've been good and on the incline, but he just needs to take another step. And he feels like I could be a big part of taking that next step to make a deep March Madness run, win the ACC, those type of things. So look forward to it.
Cam, now that you've been around, do you see it?
For
do you
sure.
feel that?
For sure. At first I was a little skeptical because obviously coaches tell you what you want to hear, but now that I'm here and I'm with the culture and I see how everything goes, I think we can do it.
You know, coming to a new school, but you're staying in the same conference, just looking, seeing the ACC for what it was and seeing what this team is, what are kind of your expectations, even though it's early?
I feel like we can win the ACC. I know this school finished top 4 last year, even after a rough start in the beginning. So I feel like this year we can rattle off some wins and win it.
You were a key piece on Florida State's team last year.
So
Well, how did Leonard Hamilton take the news when you said you were transferring?
it was sad because Leonard Hamilton, he was like a dad to me. So telling him that news was very sad. He didn't take it very well, but he's on the back end of his career. He understood. He has, I think, a year left on his contract, so he gets it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Steven Thompson, Pittsburgh.
You doing?
You've been recruited by Pitt
Yep.
a couple times before. What was different about this time?
I think this time around I just kind of knew I wanted to come here because Coach Cape, just was so willing to just come back to me, the second time around and just, show how much he believed in me and trusted in me still, even after the first time when I told him that, I was going to decide to go to another school. He still had his faith and his own belief to, return the favor the year after, and give me another opportunity. So definitely was something I wanted to buy into right away.
Damian, Jim Ham at PantherLayer.com. So whenever you went into the second recruiting process, I mean, was Pitt like just already on your mind, kind of?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, were you thinking of other schools, or was it like, oh?
Yeah, I was. Of course, I was thinking of other schools, but just talking with different coaches, just knowing different places, play of style, just knowing who I know in the basketball world in terms of coaches and cultures. I just kind of knew this was where I needed to be.
David, Jeff Hathorn, KDK Radio. What did you see differently, or what did you learn about the Pitt program from that time to then saying yes this time?
I just think that the culture that Coach Cape is so predicated to building here, and I think the guys that they've had in the program the last 2 years, they've dedicated themselves to making their culture known, and playing by the standard, living by it off the floor as well. And for me, just being experienced, and leaving one culture, just kind of leave my footprint here on just trying to help instill that culture, build it even more so. So it was definitely something that I wanted to gravitate towards, just immediately. And when I got here, it just felt like family, and we just let the ball keep rolling.
Damian, I'm Jerry DePaul from the Pittsburgh.
Yes, sir.
You talked about culture off the floor.
Yep.
What does that entail?
Family. I think that's the biggest word for me that I can describe who we are off the floor is family. Brothers. After practice we play video games every day with each other. We eat together. We eat our lunch and dinner together every day. Guys are in the training room with each other after practice. We just like spending time with each other, and we've probably only known each other collectively for maybe 2 full months now. And, I think that's what's going to make us special, as we continue to grow with each other, and learn each other and learn how to feed off each other's energy. But I would definitely say family is the word.
Is the culture here any different than what you experienced at Temple and at Houston?
Yeah, definitely. I think every school has their own culture, and it's identified to what the coach really wants his program to be known for, and I think here, it differs, and, I think our brotherhood that we try to build every day, and the character that we continue to carry, not only on the floor, but off the floor as well. I think that's one of the major things that, I definitely seen was a big part of what Coach Cape is working towards, and that's something that I feel like I could help with.
Damian, George Michalowski with PSN. You and Ish are the veteran guards. You guys have been around college basketball the longest on this team.
Definitely.
In what ways do you guys differ in the ways that you lead? What are the leadership capabilities you guys?
Honestly, I think me and Ish, we have similar ways of kind of leading. We're vocal leaders, but I think we lean towards leading by example, and just our work, how hard we work, just putting in extra reps after practice, early mornings before we even start the day, Just taking extra steps to, prepare your body and take care of it as well. With us being experienced and having years under our belt, I think we take care of our bodies the most, probably because we have to, because we're a little older. But it's definitely fun, to have a running mate, who's also more experienced, who's a little older. And we've kind of had similar journeys along the way, and so we definitely learn and watch from each other all the time.
What kind of role do you think you'll do the same things he did on the court?
Yeah, I really just want to fill in to whatever Coach Cape wants me to, whether it's just being a vocal leader, carrying the torch of, whatever role it really is, honestly, and for me, my biggest thing is just coming here and impact winning in whatever way possible, whether it's diving on loose balls, guarding the best player every game, having scoring responsibility or whatever the case may be. I think that's just the biggest key for me right now is just doing my best to impact winning at all levels.
Damian, what impact did Ish, Nelly Cummings, Jamarius, Nike, them coming from other schools and having success here have on your decision?
A lot, and it was just proof that, the process, it eventually pays out. And, it's just it's all gonna happen in due time and patience, but, you still got to put your work in. And, just having guys who have been examples, I think for me that was just big for credibility and, knowing what type of situation I'm walking into, but at the same time knowing I still have to do my part, which is the work. And I think that was big that, guys before me have had similar journeys as me and ended up having success here in their year or 2-year tenure here. And, that was just big for me. And I think that it was something that I definitely could follow.
You've played with and against a lot of great guards, and just being around him for a few months, what's the makeup of Jalen Lowe like, and what makes him special?
Yeah, he's a worker. I don't think many people see how hard he works behind closed doors, but I've gotten a chance to see how he works, how he likes to stay in his routine a lot. And I think for him, it's just doing his best to keep getting better every day. I think he's already taken a big leap from where he was at the end of the season this past year to now. And, it's just for him, it's just really just keep elevating, just being yourself.
Greg Mack, DK Pittsburgh Sports. Have you guys had a conversation? I mean, you guys been having a pretty loaded backcourt this year. Have you guys had a conversation about how it could work, how you guys could work off of each other and everything like that?
Yep, and we have, but I think a lot of it is just really instinct as of now because, of course we really haven't had too much of an opportunity to play with each other besides practicing and stuff like that. But we've gotten a chance over the 2 months that we've been together, just to play with each other, kind of learn who likes to score from where, get to what spots or whatever the case may be, and just playing off each other's energy. But, I think we can be super dynamic because we all kind of bring something different to the table.
As a freshman guard, Cummings makes it.
Yeah. I think B was going to be special, and I think he has the makeup to be very successful in this game of basketball, and it's completely in his hands. And if he wants to, I think he has all the tools, and he's one of a kind type of talent. And I think for him, it's just taking every day to get better and learning. Just doing your best to compete, which is never a problem with him because we know he's going to do that all the time. And when the time is right, I think he's definitely going to explode one day.
Inside the Panthers, what have you been working on for yourself in terms of just your game and also mentally going into the season?
Yep. For me, just expanding back to ball responsibilities, getting back to making reads and pick and roll situations. Just continuing to take pride in defense. I think that's been one thing that I've tried to carry with me into, this new transition, since being here. It was just taking pride in defense and setting the tone. Really just using my experience and my leadership to kind of, get me over the hump of just, knowing the system, knowing which guy likes to shoot from where, putting guys in spots to, just reach success. And, for me, it's just staying on my daily grind.
Do the guys who were here last year talk about how narrowly they missed the NCAA tournament and how that kind of stung?
Yep. All the time. I was closely, watching when they picked all the teams, and I thought Pitt was actually going to get in. And when I got the chance to come here, we had a conversation about it, and all the guys are kind of sour about it because they felt they got snubbed a little bit, but it's just something that they eventually grew through. But we have another opportunity to right everything that they didn't have a chance of doing last year. So it's a little bit of motivation for them. I wasn't here on the team, a part of it last year, so I didn't directly feel like what they were at the time. But for me, I kind of take it personal myself because now I'm with them. And, so we just do our best to just get better every day as of now and just let the results be the results when it comes time.
Damian, Sean Kisasi with Channel 11, how much potential do you see in this group to get over that hump this year?
Yeah, tons. And I think it's really just because of our depth, just the different type of guys that we have, the versatility of everyone that we have here. And, really just a tone that we set from day one. We're just competing against each other, but we make each other better on purpose. But at the end of it all, we know we're still family, and we're brothers at the end of the day. And I think we all understand that. But when during the process, we just predicate our time to just making each other better.
Damian, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming you didn't have your mind made up after the season to come here before you talked to Coach Campbell initially. What kind of things did he say that you knew from before, obviously? What kind of things did he say this time that made you want to come here?
Just to come home. Just to come home. And, that was big for me. And Coach Cape knew how much of, just having a family type of environment around me meant to me, because he knows everything about me, where I come from, who my family is, where they come from, where they play basketball. He's played high school basketball against my dad. Like, he knows everything it is to know about me. So, just having conversation with him on the daily, just talking about life itself, what I'm looking for, how he can help me, reach my highest potential. It just all made sense at the end of the day.
What did your dad tell you about Jeff as a player?
He was nice. That Coach Cable was a baller. He was a hooper for sure.
You played a much different role at Houston than you did at Temple.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you got better last year at Houston, and in what ways?
Yeah, I felt like I got better in plenty of ways. Just bringing it, bringing your highest intensity every day was a mandate there, and took a while for me to grasp, but once I got a hold of it, I kind of ran with it, and it became second nature. So, just coming here, just doing my best to, be a high energy dude every day, just to be an everyday guy that, my teammates know that, when it comes time to, apply pressure and be intense, they know that Dame's going to be that. So, I did my best to try to set the tone from day one of kind of like what I bring to the table as far as my effort, my attitude every day, my energy, and, I just try to run with it.
Who's the best gamer on the team?
Best gamer, that's big. It depends on what game, though. College football just came out, but if we talking college football, I would say me about far.
Find out on social media.
Yeah, we'll find out. They're not gonna give me my credit, but I know. We all know.
All right, thanks, guys.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.